All right, we were talking about the weather and obviously this tragedy that has happened, though there are circumstances around a tragedy like this that will come out, there'll be an inquiry. It doesn't mean the weather was specifically severe. Maybe someone was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but clearly a lot of rain and something happening all over the country at the moment. So I thought we'd check in with Metservice to see what is up and what the short-term forecast is and what might happen longer term. So we're joined by Thapi. Now, Thapi, you're going to have to help me with your second name, which I presume is Sri Lankan, and I have no idea how to pronounce it. So I'm just going to ask you.
Morning, Sean. Morning to the listeners. Yes, I needed a little bit of help when I was first learning it, so that's all good. It's pronounced Makgabutlane.
Makgabutlane.
Yes, yeah, and it's from South Africa, actually.
Oh, it's South African. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, Thapi, I'm sorry for misnationalising you.
No, that's fine.
Is it okay if I call you Thapi?
Yeah, sure, please, go ahead.
Excellent. All right, Thapi, look, first up, just how unusual were those thunderstorms up north yesterday? Were they pretty well within normal bounds? Because I saw a lot of reportage saying it was the fact that the ground was already so wet that caused the flooding to happen so fast.
Yeah, so a lot of factors came into play. Thunderstorms, we get them here in New Zealand all the time. We even get severe thunderstorms all the time. However, these storms brought a lot of rainfall over a very short space of time. Some of those hourly rainfall rates are really, really quite high. Places in Northland got, upwards of 40 millimeters within 1 hour.
Wow.
That's a lot of rain to fall in one place in such a short space of time. And hence, the follow-on impacts that we saw from that.
Yeah. I guess, though, it didn't come with associated wind, which was a blessing, with high winds.
Yes, winds become a factor today, but definitely the fact that we didn't get those strong winds, the rainfall itself still, caused a lot of damage and impacts, but thankfully we didn't have the wind to contend with on top of that.
All right. We have also been reading, or I'm vaguely aware, that there is a cold snap coming for almost the entire country, right?
Yeah, that's right, Sean. Yeah, we've got, I think it will be especially quite a contrast to what we've had the last couple of weeks. Very warm, very muggy kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. This, what we're getting this week will be quite a sharp change compared to what we've had. Especially for those overnight temperatures, we've been running on very well higher than average for this time of year in terms of those nighttime temperatures. Some of the daytime temperatures that we're expecting, especially on Thursday, are going to be colder than the overnight temperatures we've been getting for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, so very noticeable change on the way.
Okay, is this just a seasonal change or is there something coming up from the Antarctic? What's happening?
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of both. Autumn is a transition season, and that tends to be quite up and down in terms of, trends. We've got warm, then we've got cold, all the way in the lead up into winter, and then thereafter things stay, consistently cold. It is mostly a seasonal thing, but also because of the strong high-pressure system that we had out to the east last week that was preventing all of the rain from moving on, we would actually need quite a strong low-pressure system to kind of nudge that high pressure out of the way. And hence why we're getting quite strong weather coming on at the moment.
All right. What about the intense rain? Is that have we got any more of that to come?
Yep, so for today, especially for the Northland region, we've still got some showery conditions expected, and there could actually be some thunderstorms in the mix. Now, I have to say, we're not expecting it to be anything like what we saw yesterday. Yesterday was a lot of rain. Yeah, so, just to keep in mind that in any kind of thunderstormy situation, we do get a possibility of heavier rain in a very short space of time. So that is still something to keep in mind for today. But like I say, nothing like what we had yesterday.
All right, and it is time for everyone everywhere to break out the flannelette PJs and the warm clothes.
Yeah, at this point, I don't keep mine too far away because it's kind of a...
You're from South Africa, though. The weather here must be freezing for you, unless you're up on the high veld.
Exactly. I'm from the high veld. So, it's, those cold and dry winters. I actually went back last year for the first time in about 3 years, and I was quite shocked at how cold it was. I was like, I don't remember it being this cold. Yeah. So, it's just a different kind of cold, I guess.
All right. Hey, at least there's some relief, but we should get ready for the chill. I got to say, I quite like bracing weather in a nip in the ear, as it were. Thapi, thank you so much for joining us and giving us actually a little bit of good news, a glimmer of hope, despite the temperature. That's Thapi from the Metservice. I'm not going to try and do that name again, and I'm not being rude. I just think sometimes it's better to admit defeat than mess someone's name up horribly. Sean, looking forward to a bit of cold weather, kill off all the annoying flies at our place. Okay, Phil, that's the point. Welcome to winter, someone else says. Fleecy PJs and sheets, magic. Fleecy, I never got into fleecy sheets. Couldn't quite get there.